Hello and welcome back to The Artisan of Glimmers. In the last part, we restored the Geminis and Delta Sphere. On to more puzzles. Shaping? All regions must be one of these shapes. An L triomino and an O tetromino or square. Gemini? The two regions touching this symbol must be the same shape. In Delta, the two regions touching this symbol must be different shapes. The square would in the corner can be filled in, so it would take this square. But the L tetromino must also take it because it must do this one. Because otherwise it needs to come up here and these two are left over. So these two are always the same no matter which shapes they belong to. The grid is symmetrical, so this logic is true for every one of the corners. If blue would be the square region, it takes these three tiles and the remainder must be taken up by yellow, which also pushes it into the square shape. So the blues need to be the triominos. Shaping again, domino and an expentomino. In Delta, the two regions touching this shape must be different. You can't be the pentomino, so yellow is it. Can't go up, or it would need to take this square too. All of you can only be dominos. Now these two both run into this square, so they are the pentomino. And the rest are dominos. Shaping, domino and ring. Delta and Gemini, different and same. Okay, one of you must be the ring. You can't be the ring. Because if it would be a ring like this in the center is isolated. So the center one must be one of these holes. And this ring can't reach around one of these holes. So yellow needs to get around this one. You are a domino now. You need to get out too, and you are separated. And the dominoes coming out of the cul-de-sacs continues. shaping domino and the two triominoes and Gemini the same shape. You two need to join in the center, so you're the white triomino. You need to be horizontal, but you can be either vertical and join these two or be horizontal. You are a domino, which means you're also a domino. You both need to get here, so you're the L triomino, which means you're also one. Now you are vertical. Single, square and ring, and delta the different symbols. You can only be the single. It can't be the square because of this barrier, so you must be the ring. You are made out of two singles. This tile can't be a single anymore, but if it would be the ring it runs into this delta which can't be, which already has a ring on it. So this one is a square. This one is neither a single nor a square. What was that dot? Oh, just a border drawing marker. Shape bank with triomino, tetramino and pentamino and both delta and Gemini. To start, all of you need to get out here. You need to extend further. So you're the pent, tetra and tri. Because you need to get at least to here. You need to go further because you can't be the triomino because you're the delta. You here need to get to here, which means this red needs to turn now. And this needs to be, no, it doesn't necessarily, could also be a part of this one. But this Gemini is now the tetramino. Okay, it was this one. One more to silver. W pentamino and L triomino. The L triomino is a subpart of the W pentamino and delta, the different shapes. You need to both get to here, so you're the triomino, which makes you the pentamino. How many tiles are in this? 15. So, since 15 is... Okay, so there's 15 tiles in here. And one of them is guaranteed to be a 5. So, left over are 10. How do you divide 10 with 5s and 3s? With 2 more 5s. So, since this is made up only of fives, it is only made up of pentominoes. How many tiles are in this one? 16. Not quite as easy. This one is a 3. So effectively 13. This side of the deltas are all W's. Thereby this side of the deltas are all 3s and they can't connect to each other, so there's at least 2 3s in there. Which means the 16 becomes now a 10. 10 is not divisible by 3, so there's need to be at least one 5 in there, and since the remainder is 5, there's 2 W's in this region. Since this region is only made up of W's, 2 of them need to hug the border of the grid. What did I say about this had 2 V's, so 2 other 3's, so these are the 2 3's, which means all of these squares can not be reached by 3. So all of them are part of a W. The part is a bit short now, so let's do some more. Shaping Y and L triominoes and both delta Gemini. You can only be an L and U. So you're also an L and you're a Y. You must be horizontal. You need to get out. Can't join here. So you're an L and you're on Y. So here's a border. This is horizontal. Shaping triominoes and Gemini is the same. There's a lot that are forced. This is the Gemini of Y. This is also Gemini of Y. The same grid as the previous one, just with data instead of Gemini. So, first. You are a Y. And you are Y. Shapes Y, triomino and tetromino, and both delta Gemini. Okay, so triomino is included in the tetromino, so every one of these cul-de-sacs needs to be at least 3. You're finished. You're a Gemini. You're delta. You're a new cul-de-sac. So you're 4, so you're 3. You're 3, so you're 4. You're both 3s. 3 is not equal to 4. These 3 are separated. This need to be 2 different ones. This one can go to a 4, but at least either the 3 takes this and ends here, or it is pushed up and takes more space up here. These here must be barriers because they can't be vertical. I have no clue how to use the symbols yet, so that's why I'm avoiding them. Maybe it's time to look at them. A 3 seems to be difficult for B, because it would need to go to here and make this Gemini a B. Now there's 3 different B's. Since B was assumed to be 3, it needs to come up. Now A is impossible. It's a single tile that needs to be of size 3. So B is 4. These are the same, but they can't both join downward because of this delta. And this one can't be horizontal. You need to go to here and can't go further because this is already SV by this delta. The Gemini 4. You broke? Oh no, I just miscounted. These are 8, not 9. The last puzzle for today. Shaping L triomino and Z pentomino. The triomino is included in the pentomino. And delta, the different shapes. You can't be the Z, which means you must be. Do you also need to be a Z? Needs to come to at least here, and the Z would isolate this one. You need it to come out and can't fit in as a Z. You could take these two. You both need to come to here, so you're the triomino. This needs to be a Z, but it can either join here or do this. You're the triomino? Either way, these two squares are part of a pentomino, so the triomino does this. What's a disambiguator? Oh, this one, yeah, can't be this needs to come further, because if this would be a triomino, this here is impossible to fill in. So this comes to this delta, and this delta already has a Z. Thank you for watching.